It's better.
Welcome, Crazy Women Country friends. We're here today for a special live interview. I'm Donna.
I'm Paula, and today we have Emma Moore with us. How are you doing?
Hi, very well, thank you. How are you guys?
Awesome.
I'm doing good. Fantastic. So, tell all our Crazy Women fans, who is Emma Moore?
Well, I'm British, if you couldn't tell by the way that I talk, and I just live for country music. I have been writing for about 5-6 years and releasing music almost as long, and I have an array of new music out this year, so I'm here to tell you about it and talk about it and get excited about it.
Wonderful. We just heard your new song. You want to tell us a little bit about Husbands and Kids and how that came about?
Yeah, sure. It was a really literal song, and I'd been single for a very long time, and I was like jokingly complaining about it to friends, and the only like interest I was getting were these guys that were like way too young, or like in committed relationships, just wanting, you know, whatever they wanted on the side. And I was like, it's like my only options are husbands or kids. And it literally said it just like that. And then I was like, oh, okay, we have a song now. And yeah, just wrote it really quick after that, just kind of poking fun at it. It's not too serious, which is different for me. I like kind of harder subjects or like grittier stuff. So it was really fun to just be like, do you know what? The situation's a bit crap, but you can cry about it or you can laugh about it. Let's laugh about it. So that's really what the song became.
I love it. I think it's great.
Yes.
It's a great song. I still want to know what the third option is. You need to tell us what this third option
When
is.
I find it, I'll let you know, because so far option 3 is lockdown and absolutely nothing. So we'll see.
Lockdown did a lot for dating in general, like lack of, I guess.
Like, yeah.
You really learned who you were?
Yeah, it's kind of one of the things like you see people now and you're like, where have you been? No, like we'll wait, we'll give it a year, you know, let everyone get safe and this virus under control and all of that, and then we'll see. We'll find option 3.
That sounds good. We'll be waiting for the tweet of what option 3 really is.
Yeah, I'll let everyone know.
That's perfect. I love that.
So obviously you're in country music, and let me ask, who were some of your influences that made you want to do country music, and how did you get started in music?
So when I was really tiny, so I was born in 91, so I grew up in the decade of female powerhouse country, and then kind of just before I started finding my own music, luckily my mum played loads of great country music, so she's a big Tammy Wynette fan, a big Dolly Parton fan. We played a lot of Lauren Morgan. In fact, I listened to her 92 album Watch Me about 3 times through the other night, because it just took me straight back to singing and dancing as a kid, and got to the end of the album and was like, I need this again. And then Shania and the Dixie Chicks in the 90s, like I just wanted to grow up and be a Dixie Chick. That was all I really wanted when I was a kid. And kind of years later we lost, so CMT used to play in the UK when I was young, and it was amazing. And then somewhere we lost CMT, and like pre-internet, so I kind of lost access to like new country music that was coming out. So right up until me being like 20, I was just like playing Wide Open Spaces and Fly and Come On Over and Woman in Me and all of these old albums. And then on a random day, I found Miranda Lambert's video for Mama's Broken Heart. And then that was just this catalyst of like, oh yeah, like this is still going on, this is happening. I now have access to find all of this new music, and never ever looked back. It was amazing.
Perfect. That's a great song. I love that song.
Such a great 2 chords. That's it. It's such a great song. Love it. 3 of the best songwriters got together, had a great idea, and iconic.
That's it.
You know, it's
and
so funny.
Miranda Lambert.
No, I was just saying, that's what I've been hearing lately with a lot of new songs coming out. They're talking about 2 or 3 different chords to the whole song. And I'm like, it's just amazing to hear that. Like, I mean, Taylor Swift's really popular for doing that, but it is just amazing sometimes when you're not like, I'm not a music person in that sense, but when I start hearing that and start seeing that correlation, listening to it, I'm like, that is just so amazing. Like that we're just taking such little amounts of chords and stuff like that to make this awesome song, you know?
Yeah. It was great for me as well because especially back then, like I could barely pick up a guitar, never mind play it, and I was so terrible. So to find this song that I absolutely loved, it is like you can play it with two of the easiest chords ever on guitar if you've got a capo. So that was just amazing, and yeah, always grateful for that. It's always a great one to whip out. Like if you need time at the end of a set, it's like, oh, everyone can play this, and everyone knows it, everyone loves it, so it's a good one.
Yeah, it's definitely a great song, and Miranda Lambert made it her own. That video of it is just perfect.
It's so good, and it was like the perfect introduction to this whole new, to leave the 90s country and the classic country, and then to find this like contemporary artist, but it has that feel of it had everything I loved about 90s country in just this totally new modern way. So it was the perfect gateway drug. And then just led me to like some of the most incredible artists. So I'm so happy I found the video that day.
Perfect. So you were talking about the songwriters of that song. So what songwriters do you look up to?
I love Brandy Clark. I mean, just is that where you've got the name from, by the way? Crazy Women Country.
Not exactly.
Kind of, yeah, because
it was a crazy idea, and then Paul's like, "Oh, you know, that's that song by Brandy Clark," and I'm like, "Oh, that's right." Like, so kind of
yeah. We met through. Yeah, we met through Brandy's fan club as well. So you know, it kind of all just come together.
It's my kind of people. Yeah. I love her. I think she's incredible.
There you go. Yeah, she's just, you know, amazing.
Yeah. Amazing. Absolutely. I mean, she works with a lot of great writers, and there are some others I've got to like see in writers' rounds and stuff. Like I always want to hear what Natalie Hemby is writing. Yes. And I got to meet her last time I went to Nashville, and she couldn't have been like any sweeter. She really went like above and beyond, and she was amazing. And you know, anytime I see the name Laura McKenna, and I'm gonna cry, and I know I'm gonna be blown away. And then like all these new exciting writers that are coming up. I love nerding out over songwriters, and I like to stalk the Songs of Project shows every week and see who's playing there and looking out for. Yeah, I just love to find the writers. I think it's the best part about country music.
Perfect. Yeah, it's the writing it.
And in Nashville, they have lots of great writers' rounds there.
It's a dream.
That is like the place. That's where like we like when we get to Nashville, we like to go, because no matter what, I mean, yes, there's always great music all over because there's a lot of great voices and stuff. But when you get to the writers' rounds and you know they start presenting these songs, and you're just like, wow, that's like a great song, and you know you're like, one day I'll hear it on the radio, and then when you do, you're like, wow, like it's just like that whole moment of it just came full circle. And even though you're just listening, you know.
Yeah, I went to Tin Pan South one year, which is like just 5 days of songwriters rounds, 2 a night, and you just get the best of the best all week, and it's such an education and such an experience, and you feel like you're tired by the end of the week, but then you can't wait to get to the next one because you know it's going to be incredible. And you have new writers, and those writers I mentioned, you have like the best writers that you've been hearing on the radio for years, but they're in these tiny venues and you feel so close to it. It's just it's magic.
It's amazing. They did that with CWC. They did a writers series, didn't they?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to that?
Yeah. So I went to the one that Angelina Presley did when she came over. And I also had this is terrible. I had tickets for the night Laura McKenna, Ashley Monroe, Charles Aston, and I think Charlie Worsham played. And then I also got tickets for Adele, and they were on the same night, and I had no idea that they were on the same night. So I felt like Adele was less likely to tour again relatively soon. So I went to Adele. But luckily I've got to see all those writers in like other shows. Luckily they kept coming back. So it was a good call. It was a hard call though, to be fair. Yeah.
It's going to be difficult.
It was not a fun one.
My bucket list is definitely going to be Laurie McKenna as soon as everything opens again.
It was a real Nashville story. I'd been there about 3 days. I didn't really have a plan of what was happening, and then was just scrolling through Instagram one night, And she was like, hey, I'm playing a benefit at the listening room tomorrow. Like, here's the tickets. And it was her with Liz Rose and Hilary Lindsay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you just land there? How do you land 3,000 miles away on the perfect night? And I'd just been like, I'm so touristy when I go. I love Low Broadway. I know we're supposed to hate it, but I love it. And I'd just been in like Ernie Tubbs, and I'd bought one of her records on vinyl, and I was so convinced I was going to meet her and she was going to sign it. So I took the record to the show like an absolute fangirl, and obviously didn't meet her. It's still unsigned. So embarrassing.
You never know. It's going to happen. It will happen.
It would have been great. It was the Bird and the Rifle album, so she'd signed it and it was on vinyl, so would have been great. I wouldn't have sold it though. Don't know how much that was worth. I would never have sold it.
It would have been framed and insured for millions. It's not
yeah, this wall is getting pretty full, but I would have found a spot for it.
Sounds perfect. I love that. Okay, perfect. So this what?
No, I was just gonna say, if you're ready for the fun part, we can begin.
Oh yes. This is the fun part. Okay, we have some fun quick fire questions.
Okay.
So the fans get to know who Emma Moore is.
Great.
Okay? There's nothing too, personal. They're just fun, so people get to know you better. Okay, are you ready for this?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Beach or countryside?
Countryside.
She lives by the beach.
I hate the beach. I know. Look how pale I am. I'm not made for the beach. I need to be somewhere there's shade and trees and somewhere I can hide from the sun.
I love that. Favorite season?
Autumn or fall.
Nice. Biggest fear?
Failure.
Favorite holiday?
Nashville.
Favorite drink?
At the minute it's coffee, but it changes all the time.
Okay, that's cool. Left or right-handed?
Left.
We've got a lefty.
Yeah.
There's not many lefties around. Favorite animal?
Dogs.
Favorite color?
I have to say orange. I've built an entire company around it.
If you could talk to anyone, dead or alive, who would it be, and what would you want to talk about?
There's so many. I think about this way too often. I have a really long list. I would love to talk to Cole Porter about songwriting.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it.
That's cool.
Yeah. What's one of your hobbies?
What do I do outside of music? I do love to sit down with a book. I'm really boring. Like, I just love to sit and hide with a cup of tea and a book.
That's perfect.
I love that. That's good.
If you were a musical, what musical would you be?
Oh, probably Gypsy.
Ooh.
I would be chasing the limelight and stealing all of the great mezzo songs.
That's cool.
If you were a mythical creature, what creature would you be?
Maybe a siren. Yeah, siren.
Nice.
They're all musical. There's a theme here.
Yeah. There's a whole theme along with these answers.
Everyone say hi to Bilbo.
Hi.
Where'd he go? Bring him back. There we go.
Oh, he's so cute.
Oh.
Hi.
He looks cuddled up. Oh, my little man.
That's how my little pup is in the first thing in the morning, but at night he just doesn't want anyone. He just wants to lie and sleep and just not be near anyone. He's so snuggly in the mornings.
Oh.
If you were a Disney character, what character would you be?
Oh, I love Disney as well. Who would I be? Well, when I worked there for a little while, and I had Ariel was my princess on my badge, so I'm going to say Ariel.
What's one of your favorite snacks?
Pretzels.
If you could give us a song recommendation, a song that you think everyone needs to listen to at least once in their lifetime, what song would that be?
Maybe one that hasn't. A Case of You by Joni Mitchell. Even though I think everyone has listened to it, but you just go back and listen again because it's amazing.
It's an amazing song.
It's a beautiful song.
And I'm sure there's someone that hasn't listened to it yet, so go listen to that too.
Maybe I was really late listening to Joni Mitchell, so it's never too late.
It's never too late to start anything.
No.
Cool. Okay, the most important question ever. Who is your favourite CWC host?
Bilbo.
Yeah.
Yay! Bilbo, you got a vote.
Phoebe. Snuggle him.
He's gonna be catching up to Tigger in no time.
It will be, yeah.
Dogs always
Tigger
win.
and Bilbo will be winning the award of the year.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
He's gorgeous. This has been really snuggly. So what does the rest of 2021 hold for you?
We are going to be releasing the EP that Husbands or Kids is on. It's the first track on the EP, so it's just a nice little welcome in. So that is going to be released on the 7th of May. And then who knows? We're waiting for the world to open back up, but I do have like some shows in the pipeline. We're just holding off to like announce stuff. I don't want to ever have to rebook or cancel anything ever again. So we're waiting until we can like say, but there's a few shows and then hopefully more. I just want to play live as much as physically possible this year. That is, it's the biggest goal.
Sounds amazing. Amazing. Yes.
It must be hard to go from playing live shows to not playing live and then trying to do the whole integration to, the streaming and all that.
Yeah, it's so strange. And I'd had like a quiet, because obviously it hit March, and like December, January were like, they're always quiet. It just seems to be like holiday parties and a lot of like cover shows and not really a lot of original music. I know a lot of the artists I know use that as like a recording time and a plan for the year ahead time. So I had a really quiet December, January and kind of February, and we had so many shows booked in from April right through to like September, October time, just all gone. And I just finished a year doing a master's, so my focus was on songwriting and not performing. So I did play, but not an awful lot. So I feel like I've not had a good run of shows for like coming up to 3 years now. So I'm so itching to get back out there.
That is tough. It must be really, really difficult. But fingers crossed, you guys start opening soon and you can get out on the road and show show everybody your amazing music, especially Husband and Kids. I love that song. I was really lucky. It's quite an oldish song. So I played that at a couple of shows before the world imploded. But before it was recorded, so it sounds completely different. I just used to play it with an acoustic guitar, and it sounded kind of more like a Pistol Annie's kind of track, very acoustic. And now it's all electric, and we've got even bigger songs coming up. So it's definitely made for live. It's made to be enjoyed. So yeah. Fingers crossed it's not too long now.
And we'll be looking for the new EP in May.
Yes, May 7th. I'm so I don't ever put anything out that I'm not proud of. And I look back at the work that I've put out and I'm still really proud of it. I still really love it, but absolutely nothing compares to this EP. Like, I just haven't done anything like it. Haven't felt this way about music before that I've put out. So, and it's been a longer process. So I've been sitting with it for a while and I'm like shaking to put it out. I just want to like scream about it from the rooftops. So not long, just under 2 months, and then I can share it with everyone. So yeah.
And then you can tell the whole world.
Exactly.
Yes, sounds amazing. We can have a big party for the release. That'd be so cool.
The biggest, yeah.
Absolutely. We'll just do an international
as long as we're social distance away from each other.
Yeah.
I'm so over social distancing now. I cannot wait to hug people. But I think it'll be a while until that feels like a nice thing to do. But I can't wait. It's not. I'm a cuddly person, so we'll see. It'll hopefully it's not long now.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We're so glad to have you on.
Thank you for having me. It's been a really great conversation. I've absolutely loved it. It's been an absolute joy.
And you're welcome back.
Yes.
We like to back when the EP's out.
Yes.
And then we can share all the songs.
Yes. Yes, that'd be cool. We'll have to speak to Rachel and sort that out. That'd be cool. Yay. But thank you so much for joining us. It's been a blast. Hasn't it, Bilbo? So yes.
Oh.
Goodbye, Bilbo.
Look.
Bye.
I'm just looking.
Mwah. Oh, so cute. So cute. Oh.
See you soon.
See you later, guys. Have a nice night.
Thanks everyone for joining us.
Thank you.
Hope you all enjoyed the show today.
Yep.